The Thule Society was originally a German study group headed by Walter Neuhaus, a wounded World War I veteran turned a art student from Berlin who had become the keeper of the Prigus of the Germanodon, or the Order of the Teutons, a secret society founded in 1911 and formally named the following year. In 1917, Neuhaus moved to Munich. His Troll Society was to be a cover name for the Munich branch of the Germanagon, but events developed differently as a result as the schisms of the order. In 1918, Neuhaus was contacted by Munich by Rudolf von Stuttenberg, or von Stuttenberdendorf, an occultist and newly elected head of Bavarian province of the systematic offset known as the Germanodon Werferven of the Holy Grail. The two men became associates in the recruitment campaign, and Stufenböffendorfen adopted Neuhaus' Thule Society as a cover name for the Munich log of the Germanodon Werferven in its formal declaration in 1918 on the 18th of August. The beliefs of the Germanagon, or the Troll Society. The primary focus of the Troll Society was to claim concerning of the origins of the Aryan race. In 1917, people who had come from the Germanic order, out of which the Troll Society developed in 1918, had to sign a special blood declaration of faith concerning this lineage. The signer hereby swears to the best of his knowledge and belief that no Jewish or colored blood flows either in his or his wife's veins, and that among their ancestors are no members of the colored race. Thule, or Throlhill, was a land located in the Greco-Roman geographers of the farthest north, often displayed and known as Iceland. The Latin term Ultima Throhill was also mentioned by the Roman poet Virgil in his pastoral poems called the Gorokriks. Thule originally was probably the name for the Scandinavians, although Virgil simply used it as a proverbial expression for the edge of the known world, and his mentions should not be taken as substantial reference to Scandinavians. The Thule Society identified the ultimate Thule as the lost ancient landmass of the extreme north, near Greenland or Iceland, said by Nazi mystic to be the capital of the ancient Hyperborea. The Thule Society attracted 250 followers. Among them was a corporal called Adolf Hitler, and about 1,500 elsewhere in Bavaria. The followers of the Thule Society were very interested in racial theory, and in particular in combating Jews and communists. So Bettendorf planned but failed to kidnap the Bavarian socialist Prime Minister Kurt Eisner in December 1918. During the Bavarian Revolution of April 1919, the Trollists were accused of trying to infiltrate its government and attempt a coup. On the 26th of April 1919, the communist government in Munich raided the society's premise and took 7 of its members into custody, executing them on the 30th of April 1919. Among them was Walter Nudesch and 4 well-known aristocrats, including Countess Helena von Ristrabs, who functioned as the group secretary, and Prince Gustav of Turin and Taxis, who was related to several European royal families. In response, the Thule organized a citizen uprising as white troops entered the city on the 1st of May, International Workers' Day. In 1918, the Thule Society bought local weekly newspapers, the Municher Bosrak, or the Munich Observer, and changed its name to the Municher Beobachter und Sabbat, or the Munich Observer and Sports Paper, in an attempt to improve its circulation. The Municher Bosrak later became the Volksrat Bokrak, or the Volksches Observer, the main Nazi newspaper, and it was edited by Karl Hanna. Anton Dexler, the leader of the Nazi Party, had developed links between the Thule Society and various extreme right workers' organizations in Munich. He established the Deutsches Arbeiterpartei, or the DAP, or the DAP, or the German Workers' Party. On the 5th of January 1919, together with the Thule Society, Karl Hannas, Adolf Hitler joined this party in September the same year. By the end of February 1920, the DAP had been reconstituted as the Nationalistic Deutsches Arbeiterpartei, or the NSDAPD, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, often referred to as the Nazi Party. By then, so Blotendorf had then left the Thule Society and never joined the DAPD or the Nazi Party. Dedek Borner, or Bormann Hitler Kamm, allegedly the other member of the Thule Society, were later prominent in Nazi Germany. The list includes Dekla Eckrat, who coached Hitler on his public speaking skills, among this with Erich Jan Hudson, and Mein Kampf, dedicated to Hitler Eckrat, who coached Hitler on his public speaking skills, among this with Erich Jan Hudson and Mein Kampf dedicated to him, and had Mein Kampf dedicated to him, as well as Gottfried Fender, Hans Frank, Hermann Göring, Karl Hitlerstoff, Rudolf Hess, Heinrich Himmler, and Alfred Rosenberg. Wilhelm Laforce and Max Salzmann, staff on the Municher Bottrache, were later Troll members who later joined the NSAPD, or the Nazi Party. The dissolution of the Troll Society, also you may think. In the early 1920s, Karl Hanna was forced out of the DAPD as Hitler moved to several party links with the Troll Society, which subsequently fell into decline and was dissolved about 5 years well before Hitler came to power. Rudolf von Benstoppendorf had later withdrew from the Troll Society in 1919, but had returned to Germany in 1933 in hopes of reviving it. In that year, he published a book entitled Während Hitler kam, in German, Before Hitler Came, in which he claimed that the Troll Society had paved the way for the Führer. Trollers was the ones to whom Hitler first came, and Trollers were the first to unite themselves with Hitler. This claim was not favorably received by the Nazi authorities. After 1933, the Socratic organizations were suppressed, including the Volkslicht occultists, many closed down by the anti-Masonic legislations of 1935. St. Battendorf's book was prohibited and he himself was arrested and imprisoned for a short period in 1934, afterwards departing into exile in Turkey. Nevertheless, it has been argued that some Thule members and their ideas were incorporated into the Third Reich. Some of the Thule Society's teachings were expressed into the books of Adolf Rosenberg. Many occult ideas found favor within Heinrich Himmler, who had great interest in mysticism, unlike Hitler, but the Schutzstaffel, or the SS, under Himmler emulated a structure of English Leute Judas Order, rather than the Troll Society, according to Horne. There are many conspiracy theories about the Troll Society. It has become the center of many conspiracy theories concerning Nazi Germany, due to its occult background, like the Habenheimer section of the SS. Such theories include the creation of the Vril-powered Nazi UFOs, or the Vril-powered UFOs of the Nazis. The Troll also influenced the search for the Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, and even the Door to the Sun. But those are stories and archaeological finds for another day. But to wrap things up quickly, boys and girls, that was my spooky voice. I don't know, it was kind of inconsistent. Dark, light, dark light, not really one at all, probably nasally nose. But to wrap up, there's a lot of pop culture stuff within the Troll Society. Of course, it was kind of the secret society that Anton Dixler, the founder of the Nazi Party, and Hitler was supposed to spy on the Troll and Anton Dixler, and pretty much became the Führer. So there are many things pertaining to Hitler, like in the Supernatural episode Everybody Hates Hitler, where the group is actually a secret society that tries to seek out the lost ledger containing information about their experiments within necromancy. So Supernatural is that kind of show with supernatural elements, of course. So it's more grounded in science fiction and what the Nazis actually tried to do. I know that's another episode, The Vessel, where they tried to actually find the Ark of the Covenant during World War II, and the one you've been waiting for, the Troll leadership endeavors to resurrect Adolf Hitler, resulting in the death of both the leadership of the Troll Society and the resurrection of Hitler. So that's an interesting episode to watch. Go ahead. The Troll Society also played a major role in the Full Metal Alchemist series, The Consequences of Life and Death, Playing God, and of course, the anime of the same name and the manga of the same name was based on playing God, looking for God's treasure, and of course, alchemy and witchcraft and the other side and the otherworldly, and this but that, so above, so below. Of course, you can't mention occult without mentioning Hellboy, and the Troll Society was responsible for conducting a doomsday ritual that caused the Troller hero to appear within our world, which is actually Hellboy, and the ritual was actually aided by Gorgori Rasputin. Come on guys, the man was a love of Christ. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who actually knows? In the 2004 film Abduction, Professor Butenhofen refers to Adolf Hitler having joined the Troll Society in 1937, which is actually incorrect, since the Thule Society and other secret societies and occults and mysticism groups had been disbanded by 1935. But we all know that. We all came here to learn. We are not here to discourage, but and then again, it's a fictional world. They can do whatever they want. If they wanted to resurrect Hitler, they could have. But anyway, let's go. The Thule Society was referenced in several Charles Stroud's laundry file novels and short stories. In the Area 51 novels, the society is mentioned as being of the occult force behind the Nazi Party. The Thule Society plays a major part in Wolfenstein, the game series, as well, with the occultic symbolism, especially the one where you actually get to be not really the vessel, but you actually get to have supernatural powers to slow time and actually have a Tesla gun, so that's pretty cool as well. I'd probably in Call of Duty Zombies as well, they kind of toy with this life and death, but that's more of secret Nazi experiments and trying to reanimate the dead than actual occult, but still occultic, trying to play God in a sense. But if you want to put that down, it's not on the list here, but if you want to put down the Call of Duty Black Ops series, especially with the Lovecraftian influence, which Lovecraft could not have known about, but he was in his own little secret society and tormented reality. But in The Secrets of the World Chronicles by Melendez Lankey, the Thule Society is behind the attacks on the Echo facilities in February 2004. Guess it's a fictional book. More than likely fictional book. I thought that was 1914 or 1999. Well, wait, never mind. The Thule Society is featured in the video game Clive Barker's Jericho. If you don't know who Clive Barker is, he's actually the maker of Pinhead and the same demonic realm. Well, not really a demonic realm, but the realm where we don't have any understanding of Pinhead, the demonic sadomasochist torturers, which rip you apart, and the puzzle box. I can't remember the name of the puzzle box. You know what's interesting and very spooky? I actually watched a couple of videos about this. Well, just Pinhead in general. My Film Comics Explain, I watch him a lot. He actually did it in the Halloween spirit, so, bless up. But he was actually talking about Pinhead and his abilities. I will link that in the description below if you want to know more about Pinhead and get shared skitless, because intelligence, like Clive Barker said, is the most scariest genre for all, just like Hannibal Lecter. Anyway, finishing off, the fictional Brotherhood of Thule is featured by the American branch of the Thule Society in the 1998 video game Black Delilah. I think that Australian guy, I can't remember his name, likes a lot of doing mods. I think he reviewed Black Delilah a while back. Pretty interesting game actually, not too bad. The Thule Society plays a major role in the Marvel comic series as Fair itself. In the story of the Thule Society, it is under the guidance of the leadership of Red Skull. He wants to try and get the Space Gem, I believe, or the Tesseract, but it's the Space Gem, and he protects the Hammer of Sadika, which is actually summoned to Earth, which he uses to protect the Hammer of Sadiki when it is summoned to Earth. So he uses the Space Gem to keep the Hammer of Sadiki safe, but I don't know, pretty interesting. More Nazi occult symbolism tie-ins there. Go and read that for yourself, or go and look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not really too heavily influenced on the occult, but you could kind of see in World War II, the first Captain America, there's a lot of esoteric, very occultist themes in Captain America. But anyway, gotta finish up. The Thule Society also appears in Stephen Gamberg's brief run of Marvel Cloak and Dagger. Interesting, because Cloak and Dagger were actually made by a mad scientist, posing as a guide to give them food and shelter because they were on the streets, being a black man and a washed-up actress with a drug problem. Yeah, so they were on the road pretty much a lot. Became friends. It was the 1970s. It was a weird time, I know. But the Loyalists of the Thrones, a group of dedicated... Alright, this is interesting. The Loyalists of the Thule, a group dedicated to hunt the supernatural and supernatural creatures, are based on the remnants of the Thule Society in Hunter, the Virgo of White Wolf Publishing. Interesting. The Thule Society is present in the Igro anime 11 Eyes serves the Hermetic Society of dark magic practitioners, aiding Nazi Germany in its war against the Vatican. Interesting. The Thule Society is at the center of the conspiracies, in which the subject of the Serbian 2017 TV series, Sadnik na Balkan, or The Shadows Over the Balkans, was set in the interwar years of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. But these are tales, and these are myths, these are legends. These are tales, these are myths, these are legends. But these are the work of the devil. I'm just playing with you. But I hope you enjoy this spooky Halloween special. Wait, hold on, go take up this towel. Whoops, my bad. Alright, plead the blood of Christ. You know, I don't want to be haunted or anything, so just have to put a cross across my chest. Amen. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and I hope to see you. Really, Hanger? Oh, it's a belt. My bad, it's a belt. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Had an interview yesterday, pretty good. It's a 50-50 chance, but if I don't hear back by Friday, I will start sending out CVs again. But it was a good try. I mean, it's the first interview I had without my grandmother or mother Anskin, or even my uncle Anskin. So, I mean, it's pretty good. It gave me experience to go to the next one, I guess. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the Thule Society. Hope you learned something spooky. And I will try and do it again, but in not a spooky voice, but I wanted to try and make it spooky. But anyway, hopefully it wasn't too grating on the ears, but hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. And yeah, lock your doors, and I don't know, get holy water and salt. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna edit this video now. I'm gonna put up Izzy's spooky Taj, and that should be the Halloween night. Hope you enjoyed, hope you're staying, hope you give me some candy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Back at it again, boys. We're back at it again. German Samoa, tomorrow. I learned something.
Es ist möglich, etwas zu erfahren. Die Volksgemeinschaft so auf